What's up, everybody? Um, what you're looking at is a box from Amazon that just came in the mail yesterday. Um, I'm not using my little camera stand right now, so I'm going to try and do this as steadily as possible because I kind of wanted to bring you all in closer to this. But I opened the flap up here, and y'all can kind of probably guess what that is in the box, or what those are in the box, since there's two of them. The camo pattern is a dead giveaway for what it is, and it's two Russian IRP 24-hour daily rations. At least that's what I'm gathering that they are. Everything's in Russian, so I don't know Russians, and I don't think you can learn it in a day or in a matter of hours either. But I haven't even gotten these out of the box yet since I got them. I've been working all night, and I just got home from work, and I kind of figured since I'm home from work, I got a chance to actually get them out of the box and look them over and stuff, and I thought there wouldn't be no better way to do it than to bring you all along to see what I got in the box. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get one out. And oh my gosh, these things are heavy. They should be. There's supposedly a lot of stuff in these. Oh my gosh. These things weigh a ton, and I never really realized that. But as you can see, they got a nice little carry handle kind of cut into the package. And on this side here is a little personalized note from the seller who sold me these on Amazon or wherever they came from. But anyway, it's just kind of like more or less blah 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 about leaving feedback on how my business experience with the seller was. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping it was a piece of paper when I first seen it, that it was a piece of paper that kind of told in English what the contents are in this. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get this piece of paper off here because it's not really... Oh, wait a minute. On the back. Oh, boy. Okay. So, on the back, how convenient. It actually has translated the contents inside to English. That's going to come in handy. I'm not going to have to... Looks like I'm not going to have to go to Google Translate for it. But as you can kind of see... I don't know, pause if you need to. I'm kind of going over it a couple times here to give you all a chance to read it. Let's see. It says here you got, meat and cereal, canned food, meat, vegetable, canned meat, pasta. Processed cheese. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Jam, fruit stick, coffee, tea. Some kind of concentrate for drink toning, sugar, food, table salt, ground black pepper, dry fuel, and portable set for food warming up. So that's your Esbit stove. Matches. Wet wipes. The wet wipes in Russian IRPs are very interesting. They actually come in sets, and one is supposedly for your hands and face and whatever you want to clean up, and the other one is for your spoons, to disinfect your spoons, because it's hard to tell what kind of random Russian bug has been kind of crawling all over the spoons. But You got tissues and water purification tablets, and it says the spoon is plastic. Well, obviously it's going to be plastic. I don't think the Russians would have gotten that fancy and issued every soldier stainless steel eating utensils. I know the German military, the Bundeswehr actually did issue every soldier like a mess kit that included stainless steel eating utensils and cutlery and stuff. So that's why your IRPs don't come with plastic spoons or nothing, because the Germans actually get issued that stuff, and they just keep it clean. So well, okay, there you go. As you can see, there is some fancy Russian writing on there. Off the top of my head, the random guess, and I'm going to say that is it probably says something along the lines of ration daily, 24-hour probably, or something like that. And then right here is a number I guess you can call or something. Let's see. Oh, okay. Maybe that's your military. Let's see. No, that's the phone number right there. Okay. So this must be the pack date and expiration date. So, yeah. I'm pretty lost with this thing here. That's to be expected, though. I didn't expect me to actually know, everything about it when I first got it. This is a completely new learning experience for me. I've watched a few of these done, and from what I gather, these Russian menus typically have a lot of meat in them, and I'm a big fan of carnivorous dishes, so I think these Russian IRP menus are going to fit pretty good for my palate. I know these have pate in them. Like I said before, I've never had pate. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I've never had liver pate. And from what a lot of people's told me is, from watching reviews, what they've said is the Russian pate is going to be your easiest to taste pate. Like, it's not harsh as some of the other pates. Doesn't have a real harsh irony liver flavor to it. They actually have like butter pate, which is like the butter is like kind of like infused with the pates to cut down on the iron taste. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's very interesting. Like, I was dumbfounded when I found these on Amazon, and for as cheap as they are, I was like, "There's no way those are only like $25 a piece." Like, and free shipping at that. A German Einmanpacken EPA is like $70 plus $12 shipping, and it's the same thing essentially. It's a 24-hour daily ration. So the Russians, they from what I gather with these is the Russians have the tendency to make some pretty daggone good food for their soldiers. It's a huge ration. I'm just now trying to think of how I'm going to do it. I know a lot of people that at the oh, excuse me, I had to yawn. I know a lot of people that's done these that I've watched. They do them like they get everything out and they try everything in one sitting. And I know I've seen people that's you know, got these and they done them in like a 3-part series where they do the breakfast for breakfast and the lunch for lunch and the dinner for dinner time throughout the day. Um, that might be the way I go with this, just because uh, the sheer massiveness of this ration. I feel like it would be a whole lot of food to get out all at one time, and once you get it out and you cook everything up and you fix everything, I mean, you kind of have the tendency that you're going to have to eat it all in one sitting. Otherwise, you know, later on down the road, it's probably, you know, you'll probably get full and you try to pack some of it away in the fridge, and it probably won't be quite as good later on in the day or the next day or something like that. You probably, this is probably one of those rations like, I feel like I want to do it the way it was intended to do for the Russian soldiers, and that was, you know, throughout the course of the day. And I know that's going to make for a kind of a long video series on these. I don't know. I mean, y'all probably don't really want to wait for each video of this to come out, but I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of the route I want to go with it. Like I said, this is a huge ration. It's a 24-hour ration, and I think I'm going to try and review it as a 24-hour ration in a 24-hour period. This is like by far the biggest and most exotic ration I've ever gotten. Like, up until now, all I've ever had is U.S. MREs. And I just felt like, you know, hey, why not go above and beyond and get something totally new. So on the back here, I don't know if I can get it to show up or not. Well, it's all in Russian anyway, so you're not really going to be able to read it. At least some people can. I know I can't. Some people might be able to. Oh, here's your dates. Packed November 22nd, 2017, and expires the 9th. Let's see, what's the 9th? Okay, the 9th is September the 22nd, 2019. So, oh gosh, this is 2010 now. So this has just got, you know, just a few months left on it. I mean, we're getting into the expiration date on this. So I don't know. We're gonna have to definitely get into this thing and see what's survived the long trip from Russia to little old Mason County, West Virginia. That's kind of funny to think about that, because, you know, these rations have made such a journey from the time it was packed to now. You know, you think Russia's like, what, 12,000 miles from here, roughly? 12 or 13,000 miles. I mean, Russia is like a crazy big country too in itself. Like Russia spans the entire top of the whole continent. You know, from the edge of Europe all the way across the top of Asia. Like, you know, that's all Russia's all that one big country. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I know a lot of people probably know this, but I think it's kind of fascinating that you can go up to Alaska and up there, what is that, Anchorage? About yeah, Anchorage, Alaska, and you can stand right there at the Bering Strait, and literally like 50-some miles across is Russia. So maybe that's the way these came. I don't know. They may have came across the Bering Strait. took a shortcut. I don't know. But yeah, this is this is a huge ration. Like, these are a lot bigger than I thought they was. I mean, on camera, whenever I watched these being reviewed, they didn't look that big to me. Um, and of course, you can't really feel how heavy they are watching the review, so you don't know the weight of it. My gosh, I think this weighs what? Probably, gosh, like 4 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. I'm sure there's a weight on here somewhere. It tells you how heavy it is, but it's definitely going to be in Russian. There's no doubt about it. Well, there's my sheet. Maybe my sheet tells me how heavy it is. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, here's the kcal. Nutrition value of a set kcal. So it's 3,782 kcals. So it's probably, I don't really know the conversions on kcal to our calorie count. So I'm going to guess in the ballpark of maybe 4,000 some calories a ration, which is a lot. Like, a USMRE is about, it's about 1,300 calories each MRE. So these are probably about 3 times the calories in each ration. But of course you're going, a 24-hour period. So each meal, 3 meals, yeah, so each meal is probably going to be about as many calories as a USMRE. That's about what I'm going to guess. Let's see here, structure and I'm kind of mumbling as I'm trying to read some of this stuff. I know it's kind of weird, but sometimes that's what I do. If I'm looking at something and reading something, I kind of mumble a little bit. But I don't see anything on this paper that tells the weight of it. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to make a guess and say it weighs probably about 4 pounds. 4 or 4.5 pounds. It is heavy. Like, there's a lot of food in here, and I can't wait to try it. I can't wait to try it all. I'm kind of curious at how this stuff has survived in this ration making that long journey. I know shipping and handling usually isn't the easiest on these rations. And these Russian IRPs, the cans, are like those flimsy squashable cans. Oh, excuse me. That's what I call them anyways, like squashable cans. Like they're, I don't know, they're like a really flimsy, crushable can. And they're pretty easy to bust. So, like, during shipping and handling, when these things go through that stuff, I have seen some reviewers get these, and when they got into them, they did find some collateral damage, busted open jams and jellies and mains and stuff, and it gets in there and it gets all over everything else, and sometimes it's even gotten in there and molded over. So when that happens, usually the whole ration's compromised. Because mold has just gotten everything in there, and it's a terrible mess. Which, I'm hoping that hasn't happened with me on this one. But nobody knows until we get into it. I'm kind of making this little video because I'm pretty excited to get into this. And I just wanted to get, look at the outer bag first and try to, familiarize myself with some of this stuff because this is such a brand new experience to me that I'm pretty excited about it. Like I'm kind of nerding over it right now. Like this is like this is so fascinating to me to look at this thing. But yeah, oh geez, I'm just kind of getting a little too nerdy now. Um, I guess I better do a review on it sometime soon. I don't know if I should do a review on the breakfast this morning or wait till the next day or what. I mean, I kind of hate to build the suspense up on you guys on this. I told you guys that I was getting a Russian IRP ration to review, and I'm a man of my word. Right here they are, in the flesh. And I know I say it over and over again, but these things, I mean, they are heavy. Like, these ain't something that you're just going to be able to, like, tow 20 or 30 of them on your person. Like, you get one of these rations a day, from what I understand, and that's it. You tote the thing around with you all day long. Of course, over the course of the day, it gets a little lighter and lighter as you start eating, each meal out of it. But but what I'm kind of getting to my understanding with this is it comes with an Esbit stove and 3 fuel tabs. And they're the dry fuel tabs, which they stink. They are horrendously fishy smelling fuel tabs. And you get your matches. The matches, I believe, are windproof and waterproof matches. But on the paper it just says the matches which are not, what's that say? Blotted. Huh. Blotted. I'm not sure if that's even a word. I don't know. But that's I think they might have meant bottled, and it's a typo. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I know the Australian CR1M, they come with matches, and they're in like this little plastic tube bottle or whatever that's supposed to keep them waterproof. But man, I just can't help myself. I mean, they're so fascinating. I mean, look at the things. There's 2 of them in here. I got like, geez, a lot of food to eat. But oh, yeah, it's I was pretty ecstatic when these things came in. I couldn't believe that they came in as fast as they did. Coming from Russia, unless they was already here somewhere. But alrighty, well, that's kind of like the preview of the ration. I just wanted to do like a little. It's not an unboxing, but I just wanted to do like a preview of what I got here, since this is so new to me. I didn't know what exactly I had, but I just figured I'd do this little quick preview before I got into the nitty gritty of it, because when I do this ration, I'm going to have to use my stand, because I'm going to have to definitely use both hands and stuff with this, because I mean, it's kind of hard to hold the camera like this and then try to prepare stuff. I'm gonna have to fire up the Esbit stove, and I'm gonna use the Esbit stove that comes with the meal. I mean, I got an Esbit stove, but since this one comes with it, I need to learn how to use it. You have to actually fold it to the right shape or whatever. So I feel like in order to do that, I might as well use the one that's provided. I'm going to use everything that comes in the kit. I mean, I'm going to use the matches. I got matches, but I'm going to use their matches to light their Esbit stove to cook their food. I guess there's no better way to do it. If I'm looks like I'm rocking back and forth. I'm kind of sitting in my recliner right now, and it's kind of bobbing up and down with me in this recliner as I'm moving around. But that's what that bobbing is. I'm sitting in my recliner. But yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic. I'm going into military ration nerd mode over here with this thing. Can't wait to try this stuff out. I know there's probably going to be something in here that I'm not going to like. I can already expect that. I hope that's not the case. I hope I wind up liking everything, but the Russians, they make some good food, but they can also make some pretty weird food too. So this is new for me. The food is completely unique to the country. Like, you're not going to find this type of food here in the States, unless it's a dignified Russian restaurant that cooks like authentic Russian food. This right here is coming straight from Russia. So as far as I can tell, this is like the cheapest way to travel to Russia and try to experience some of Russia, because I'll tell you right now, I definitely can't afford to travel to Russia. Nor would I begin to even know where to go once I got over there. I mean, Russia's such a big country. You couldn't probably spend a month over there and see everything. You'd have to probably spend a year over there just to get an idea of everything. Russia's huge, and some parts of Russia I think is pretty cold too. So, yeah, the Russians. From what I can tell, the Russians have actually got a winter version of this. And they've got a prison guard version. They've got civilian versions. They got, you name it, they've got a version of this ration that fits just about any kind of duty or line of work that might be going on with as far as civil defense or. They have a Russian National Guard has their own version of this. I mean, you name it, they got it. As far as a IRP goes, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this video on this, because all I wanted to do was show you that they actually came in and go over with some of the content sheet and kind of go over the packaging with you a little bit to show you what I got. Trying to think. One ration reviewer that I watch a lot too is a guy. His name's Nathan MRE. He's from down in Missouri, I believe. But anyway, he's reviewed a lot of these Russian IRPs, and he's got, let's see, he's had about every version of the Russian IRP that Russia makes, I believe. And he says the winter one is really rare. Some of the civilian ones are rare, especially, I guess as far as selling in this country or finding them in this country, they're hard to find. He's had, I think he's had about every type of Russian IRP that Russia makes. How he got them, I have no idea. I think he just got lucky with them and found them, or maybe he's got some friends that that are in Russia right now can get them and send them to him. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but anyway, it's very fascinating. The guy's a super nice guy. He's friendly to talk to. I've actually talked to him a little bit back and forth. On he does live streams. So I've talked to him a little bit on his live stream as far as the message board, chatting back and forth a little bit, and he's commented on some of my YouTube videos before. I think my last channel I had, the one I lost, I think he was subscribed to me before, and he actually was watching my videos and commented on some of my videos. So he's one of them more famous YouTube ration review guys, like Old Smokey and Steve 1989, and then you got Nathan's MRE and Gundog 43, and all those guys. Those guys has been in the game quite a long time. I'm just getting started. They've been in the game quite a long time, and they've got their channel built up to where they've pretty much seen and had just about every ration from all across the world. That's what I kind of hope to accomplish one day. Is I'd like to get a chance to get and review some of every ration from across the world, if the funds will allow it. I know some of that stuff can get expensive pretty quick. But Gundog 43, I think, yeah, he's actually served in the military. So he's probably got, he's got first-hand in the field experience, actually having to eat military rations. He's a super cool guy too. I haven't really got to talk to him very much, on the chat board or anything like that. But I have, I've watched a lot of his videos too. He's a super awesome guy. He puts a lot of energy into his videos. Like he has a lot of enthusiasm and higher energy to his ration reviews. So trying to think of some of the other ones. Sticky Fingers 7. Let's see. I can't remember the number on the end of his channel. But I know his channel name is Sticky Fingers. But he's an awesome dude. I've talked to him a little bit on the chat boards on Old Smokey's live streams, and he's a super awesome dude. He seems to be a pretty nice guy. I mean, he'll talk to you, message him on there on the live stream, and he's usually pretty quick to respond back to you and talk to you a little bit there. But his ration reviews are kind of like Steve 1989's. They're real laid back, relaxing. He's got some pretty cool music that plays in his videos. Like Steve 1989 has cool music in his, and they're really relaxing and pretty fun to watch. Which I haven't got to the point where I've been able to put like music to my ration review channel and stuff like that yet. I haven't figured all that stuff out. Excuse me. But Steve 1989 is a nice guy. He's a pretty cool guy. I think Sticky Fingers, Nathan MRE, Gundog, Old Smokey. Trying to think of anybody. G Schultz. Okay, G Schultz is a pretty cool guy. Does his reviews. I've watched a few of his, and He's pretty cool. I like his channel picture that uh, is a picture of the do not eat symbol on FRH bags. It's pretty funny. I like that. That's pretty cool touch there. Of course, my channel picture is the front of an MRE bag, which I thought uh, that would be pretty cool for mine. I like the design that we have on our MRE bags. I think they're pretty cool, and the nice military tan color and stuff that they use is pretty cool. And then, of course, once you get into the MRE itself, and you got the military collar retort pouches and all that fancy stuff. I mean, I think it just sets our rations off as being like really military lingo. Like when you get into a US MRE and you see all the military colors of the retort pouches and the FRH and the spoon and all that stuff, and you're just like, you just feel like it's a genuine military U.S. government thing that you're using and eating on, and it really is. I mean, it's it says on the front of the bags, U.S. government property, Department of Defense or whatever, but. I don't know. As far as the rations goes, like I know our MREs, they have the coolest look to them. Like I said, they got the coolest look, and they got the real military feel to them. Now these Russian IRPs, you can tell the outer bag is like the Russian camo pattern. It's like their wooded area camo pattern or whatever. That's a pretty cool touch, but when you get past this outer bag, it's just a plain Jane cardboard box. And then when you open the box, everything in there is not, doesn't have all the cool military colors. It's just like clear plastic bags, like the crackers and the mains come in those squashable tin cans, or so to speak, and they just have just generic pictures on them and stuff. It's not as military feeling as what our MREs are, and the German EPAs. They're kind of the same way. They don't have the camouflage, the German camouflage outer bag or nothing like that. It's just a plain Jane cardboard box. And inside of it's, a lot of stuff's plain Jane. And, for a military ration, I kind of feel like, they should put more of a military design and feel to it. It's just one of those little things I've always noticed with rations and MREs and stuff. The Japanese JDSF ration, theirs is kind of like ours. Theirs has the military colors on everything, and it feels like a Japanese self-defense forces feel to it. Japanese government, Japanese everything. The Chinese ration is kind of like our MREs. They got their same military feel to it. But for some odd reason, like European rations, they're all more or less just like plain Jane cardboard boxes with their versions of traditional dishes inside of them, which ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to keep it simple. They wanted to keep it unique for their country. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, maybe one of these days they'll change it up and they'll start putting some camouflage patterns on their rations. I mean, you never can tell between now and tomorrow what they'll do. So, but yeah, I know I said I want to end this video a couple times now. So, but I keep thinking of other things to rant on about here. But yeah, I'll go ahead and end this video. And like I said, the next video I post up will be the actual opening of one of these Russian IPA rations, where we actually get to test it out. And that video is not going to be, you know, it's not going to be like tomorrow. I think I've actually come up with, made up my mind. I'm going to end this video, get it started to upload, and then probably in about an hour or so or two, I'll start filming the next video, which is going to be the actual opening of one of these Russian IPAs and trying out a breakfast, which I don't think this paper will tell. No, it does not tell. I'm trying to think. I wish it would tell, like, you know, what you should have for breakfast and what you should have for lunch and what you should have for dinner. Which it does not. So I guess maybe I'll have to get in there. Maybe there's some further instructions in there that'll tell you that. Of course, I'd have to translate it or something along that lines. But I don't know. We'll get it figured out one way or another. So, yeah, I figured I'd just go ahead and bring y'all along on this sweet, awesome Amazon package I got in the mail with these Russian IPAs. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and then, like I said, in about an hour or so, I'll start the next video, which is probably this one right here. Alrighty, so we'll catch y'all in about an hour or so. Later.